biggest drinking day of the year. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It is, once again, it is Cabbage's night to shine tonight. How many of you are drunk right now as we Great. Interesting fact, St. Patrick's Day was originally celebrated with the color blue, but they changed it to green because that is the color you get when you mix blue with vomit. And in New York, they've been holding the annual St. Patty's Day parade in New York since 1762, before this was a country. The parade in Boston started 25 years before that, in 1737. Back, Grand Marshal Mitch McConnell was just a teenage boy for the first St. Patrick's Day parade. The parade in Boston, they had it yesterday. There were no major incidents, though there were confiscations of a new batch cocktail that I, for one, had not heard of before.
Boston police cracked down on underage and public drinking at today's parade as well. These are gallon water jugs seized by police, mixed in with some beer cans and other bottles. Each jug is what's known as a Borg, which stands for Blackout Rage Gallon.
First of all, it's pronounced Borg, you f***ing loser. What are you, from Indiana?
MBTA police say it's a small sample of what they seized.
That's the mayor of Boston. Can you believe it? I have to say, I like it. Blackout Rage Gallons. They should sell those at Dunkin'. You know what? The way things have been going lately, it's nice to have an excuse to drink on a Monday. In Washington, it was Take Your Billionaire Friend's Kid to Work Day. Donald Trump was walking around the White House grounds with Elon Musk's son, X. Why, I don't know. Maybe Elon's nanny got doged, but there he was, 4 years old, running right beside the President of the United States.
Relax, your father's a nutcase.
I know.
He jumps like a weirdo.
I can jump too. Wanna see? Jump, jump.
You're a total disaster.
Jump, jump, jump.
That could be a movie. I would see that, right? Fat Man and Little Boy, too. This was a terrible weekend of deadly storms. 42 Americans were killed in tornadoes and wildfires in several states. And while the devastation was happening, our commander-in-chief meteorologist was back at Mar-a-Lago, again playing golf. As the storms raged, he offered these words of comfort to those who lost their families and their homes. He wrote, "I just won the golf club championship, probably my last, at Trump International Golf Club in Palm Beach County, Florida. Such a great honor. The awards dinner is tonight at the club. I want to thank the wonderful golf staff and all of the many fantastic golfers that participated in the event. Such fun." Such fun indeed. This, of course, comes after Trump chided Joe Biden last year for being on vacation during Hurricane Helene. If you scored hypocrisy like golf, he'd be 30 strokes under par right now. Can you imagine if Biden bragged about winning a golf tournament during a disaster? Sean Hannity would have a rage boner for weeks. But I don't want to, you know what? I don't want to lose focus on the fact that Trump won his own tournament again. Wow, this is the third year in a row he's won his own tournament. Who are the other players in this tournament? I mean, seriously, are there other golfers, or is it just Eric with his Fisher-Price clubs? It's preposterous. Remember how much we laughed when North Korean state media reported that Kim Jong-il had 11 holes in one the first time he ever played golf? We're getting pretty close to that.
His most exalted president, Donald J. Trump, has announced to us, his American children, that yet again he has emerged victorious in the tournament of golf, which bears his sacred name. Thousands have taken to the streets to celebrate our strong and omnipotent leader's historic triumph. Boundless esteem to our glorious president and his mighty peace, in which comparison all others pale.
Congratulations to Tiger Woods on winning his own golf tournament. I want to see a full 580-page investigation of this tournament. I want to know everything. I want scorecards. I want video. I want affidavits from the caddies. I want a forensic investigation of every divot he didn't bother to replace. How is it possible that this guy beats every other golfer every year?
Oh, he shanked it. Oh my God, I got that on video.
Great shot, Mr. President. Another hole-in-one. And then, and only then, he turned his attention to the storms. 2.5 hours after his golf brag, he posted, "We are actively monitoring the severe tornadoes and storms that have impacted many states across the South and Midwest. Please join Melania and me in praying for everyone impacted by these terrible storms." Where were you and Melania praying? At the golf awards dinner? Praying together. Praying together might be the only activity those two do less than sleeping together. And in other sports news, the field is set for the NCAA college basketball tournament. Did you fill out the bracket?
Yes,
You know,
I
we got
did,
'em
Jimmy.
here.
Yes, I did.
We didn't get them last year. This year we got them again.
Yeah, I did. I have Duke in the final.
And this guy, Joe, who's running the brackets this year, he seems angry already.
All the time. He's angry all the time.
Yeah. Under new Musk administration rules, I don't know if you heard this, all college teams that lose in the first round will be deported to Venezuela. Everything is so bad right now, I hear Final Four and I think, days to live? Donald Trump doesn't fill out a bracket. He doesn't have time for frivolous activities like that, but he did have basketball on the brain when he stopped by the Justice Department to regale the employees he plans to fire and or imprison with words of affection for the late coach of the Indiana Hoosiers, his old pal Bobby Knight.
They play the ref. You know what playing the ref is? Like the great Bobby Knight basketball coach. It's scream and scream at the ref. It's scream. He had been known for throwing the chair across the court and slapping a player. Coach, don't do that. Don't do it. And that's when he threw the chair. He starts going crazy. I don't care. Do you know Bobby Knight? Bobby Knight. By the way, I love Bobby Knight. He'd scream at the ref. He would play the ref. He would play the ref. Playing the ref. Bobby Knight would play the ref. That's why I brought up the Bobby Knight story.
Oh, is that? I thought it was dementia, huh? Somebody had too many Borgs that day. Tomorrow, Trump's planning to release the files related to the assassination of JFK. Why do I feel like we're going to find out Jeffrey Epstein killed JFK? It's so weird. Releasing the classified JFK files, which we've been waiting for so many. It feels like just a normal Tuesday thing now. So many insane things happen now. This is what he posted at 12:35 a.m. He gets up in the middle of the night, writes, "The pardons that sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by AutoPen." In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. Now, AutoPen is this device every modern White House uses, including Trump's, for presidential documents. It's a robot pen that has your signature. Trump's claiming, without any proof, of course, that Biden never actually signed those pardons and didn't know they were. In Trump's opinion, you know, a presidential signature is not official unless it is written in black Sharpie on a woman's chest and or wrist. This is good. This happened on the tarmac as he was exiting his helicopter and getting on his plane Friday. And keep a close eye on the fuzzy microphone here.
Mr. President, obviously you're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages done?
She just became a big story tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
Now, how funny would it be if that happened every time he gets interviewed from here on out? I mean, you know, we have a beloved St. Patrick's Day tradition here at this show. We revisit what many around the world have determined to be the greatest local news story of all time. This happened back in 2006 in Mobile, Alabama, where NBC 15 was on the scene for a leprechaun sighting.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community. Many of you bring binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun? Say yeah!
Yes, indeed.
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like.
Now, you'd think that would be enough to catch it, right? Maybe the leprechaun drew it to throw them off the trail. Either way, it might be my all-time favorite piece of art. In fact, I had it made into a lapel pin. Before, we're not finished yet. There's one more.
Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
Could be a crackhead that got hold of the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
That woman is now our Secretary of Agriculture. Thank you, Mobile, for that gift it gives every year. Last year, my son, Billy, who's now 7 years old and loves holidays, he loves to dress up for holidays, let us know that he expected two things when he woke up on St. Patrick's Day. One, he expected to see green water in the toilet bowl because that apparently is the color leprechauns pee, and he wanted the gold coins filled with chocolate. So last year, I spent 2 hours in the middle of the night driving from Ralph's to Walgreens to CVS looking to find chocolate coins. This year, my cousin Mickey, thank God, 2 weeks ago, gave me a bag of coins, knowing I would forget to get them. And of course, I went to bed last night and forgot them. But then at 4 a.m., Billy comes into our room crying. He had a nightmare. He dreamed that he got a cute baby chick as a pet, and then his mother and his sister Jane killed it in front of him. I was like, but I didn't do it, right? I was Mom and Jane. Anyway, we calmed him down, and I remembered the coins. So I go downstairs in my underwear, and I put chocolate coins like in places where he could find them, but the dog can't get them. And I put green food coloring in the toilet. And you know what my reward was? When he woke up, he pinched me because I wasn't wearing green. Because I was in. You do anything like that for the kids this morning, for your son this morning?
No, Jimmy, that's white people stuff.
Oh, well,
sorry.
I didn't know that. When I was a kid, I would confuse the words leprechaun and leper colony. So it was always kind of a scary holiday, but it got me thinking, what do children think leprechauns are? They're not an elf. We sent a team out to the farmer's market on 3rd Street to find some kids and ask them today about the mystical creature known as the leprechaun.
What's a leprechaun?
It's a little small people. It's a green thing that walks around on high heels in Ireland.
He knows where you live. If you don't wear green, he will pinch you because it's disrespect to him.
Do you see anybody here who looks like a leprechaun?
Little kids are kind of like leprechauns because they're small.
Are you a leprechaun?
Nope.
You have to tell me if you are.
I'm not.
What does a leprechaun sound like?
I'm a leprechaun. You're never going to catch my gold.
So they're like a little annoying.
Yeah.
What country do leprechauns come from?
I don't know.
You gotta guess. Name a country, any country.
Virginia?
Makes sense.
Germany?
I think it's Jewish.
Correct. What do leprechauns spend the gold on?
Like on groceries and cars and stuff like that.
What kind of a car does the leprechaun drive?
A Nissan.
What do leprechauns drink?
Soda.
Okay, what kind of soda?
Patrick soda.
Patrick soda. And what does Patrick soda taste like?
I think it would make you very crazy and you would be like bouncing off walls.
Are you sure you're not a leprechaun? You know a lot about Patrick soda for someone who's not a leprechaun.
Oh, I'm not a leprechaun.
Have you ever seen this guy before? He's the little guy on the right.
That's a leprechaun.
Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right, yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.